that makes the same mistakes twice. So
precisely,
for sure he's learned from those, and we're going to see exactly what he's learned as the match starts.
Here we go, we're getting live for the 10th Sunday Cup of the spring season, brought to you by FACEIT. It's Evil versus Toxic in this semi-final. This is going to be good. And we're off with Evil. Oh my god! That plasma gun is ridiculous. Evil. How do you do it, good sir? I don't even know.
Yeah.
A 33% plasma gun. Amazing. So that's going to be a really, really good start for him. And Toxic's going to have to just be like, I am stone cold. I must recover now.
Yeah, he's certainly not flustered. But he needs to get himself a railgun to hit those 4 rails in a row. But he's going to do damage, really nice damage at the red, and he doesn't take much damage himself. So very nice move there from Tox. He's just going to bide his time, I guess.
Oh, and Evil catching Toxic for another frag.
Toxic certainly was not expecting Evil to be waiting there.
Oh, I love the dodging from Evil there. He's standing right next to the Mega, going left, right, left, right. It's like, am I going to take it or am I not?
Yeah.
You just don't know. And use that to his advantage in the fight to out-aim Toxic there with the LG. 42% for Evil and 40% for Toxic. And this is the reason why I was so excited to see Toxic in this tournament today, because he faces against Pony and Evil, like these huge aim players, some of the biggest aim players we have right now.
Yeah, this
and
is
Toxic,
fun.
again, heralded as one of the best aimers of all time. What better test could there be in the modern Quake Live, as we see Toxic doing some great damage onto Evil that misses the rail as Evil drops for the Mega health, picks it up, and Evil is now in a great spot to try and hunt down Toxic, but Toxic with a brilliant defensive play, but Evil makes it happen nonetheless. And that's 4 frags to 0 before the 2-minute mark, and Toxic's got to be... he's facing this decision, do I play it slow now, or do I go aggressive and speed things up? And it's a really hard call to make in the down position. 4 frags though. I think the threshold is probably like 5 or 6 frags. You can like slow play it until 5 or 6 frags if it's like before the 6-minute mark or so, and then I think like it's just too little time and you got to go aggressive, and Evil picks up another, making it 5 to 0, catching Toxic just completely off guard there.
Yeah. And
Toxic is really struggling against Evil right now.
Yeah, Evil has been able to catch Toxic off guard quite a few times actually, and with that really sick LG. So I mean that hurts every time Toxic is just not looking in the right way. I mean, Evil really capitalizes, and I mean, it's got him the 5 frag lead, and Toxic is going to try to make himself scarce, which is a really smart move. And also, Toxic is missing a lot of his defensive rails, which we saw him hit brilliantly against Silent Step. So that's definitely hindering him at the moment.
Yeah, Toxic hit no rails, but here comes Evil for more aggression. He wants more frags from Toxic, and more frags he will get. And Toxic goes down in a blaze of electricity. Evil will make his way towards the defense of this red armor. But where's Toxic? He's at the lightning gun at the moment, and he's not going to be able to put any damage on Evil whatsoever. And now the defense of the Mega. Evil getting caught from behind. 2 fantastic rockets from the Swede, and it's going to be a trade. Who gets the better spawn? It's gonna be Evil. Oh, the pummel. But he has no weapon. Toxic knows it. He comes on to Evil and he gets the frag. Who's in the better position after that one? It's got to be Toxic, I would say, as he at least can get this yellow and has the weapons as well to defend this upcoming red armor. He doesn't have a rocket, but he can plasma climb up the wall there to get to that red. And Evil will not be able to challenge Toxic. Very, very careful, very respectful right now of Evil. But that is the way back into the game, and what a crazy situation. He finds Evil again around the corner. Evil, oh my god, he's so aggressive.
Yeah, Toxic is really wary of his LG now. You can see he definitely tried to get out of range as fast as possible as soon as Evil was rushing at him and went to rail.
Wow. The grenade almost helped him there, like the awesome angle of approach onto the Mega to make Toxic miss the rail. Oh, and the grenades whisking by overhead Evil there as he tries to get the angle on the shot. Toxic spamming still, and through the teleporter Evil goes, and there is a rail. Returned, 35 health versus 8 right now, and Evil, oh, just missing, and Toxic with the plasma climb down to 5 points of health. Oh
yeah,
my god, this is the most stressful thing ever, to have like so much armor and no health. So stressful.
He's going to want to try to get that Mega, but I think he's just going to leave it to
And Evil's baiting it because he thinks that Toxic was around there, but actually no, but he will pick it up and Toxic gets the rail. So that ideal for Toxic. And I think Evil has no idea that, like, I think Evil is misreading the situation and giving Toxic more, like a feeling of more presence on that map because he doesn't realize how low Toxic is with the health. And Toxic's like running around. He still has 45 points of health. So Toxic still, until he gets that 50, didn't want to take a fight. So that movement around the map is going to be so different as if, you know, he had a different stack. So that was what Evil was kind of confused about, why he left the Mega up for so long. And Evil is baiting that red. All the items are up, both baiting each other like crazy right now. And Evil makes his presence known by the shard pickup.
Who's going to make the move? Well, Evil manages to get the Mega, but he definitely gets punished with a rail. But Evil returns a rail of his own onto Toxic.
Evil looks in good form so far today, as he now defends. Oh, hits a
really
brilliant
nice
rail onto Toxic as he makes his approach through the teleporter. And Evil right now creeping around the back. Gonna come onto Toxic at the grenade area, and Toxic has to run back. Caught with the wrong weapon now. It's not a fight he can take. And Evil right now is all of a sudden back on a dominant position, but a great direct rocket and a rail from Toxic. Toxic, you are a beast.
Yeah. Risky play from Toxic, but really good at using those corners to his advantage. And
He will pick up a yellow.
yeah, he's managed to keep it tight, 6-1. 4 minutes left. 5 frags against Evil. What do you think?
He's got 100 armor right now, so he's definitely, with that rocket and rail, bought himself a lot of time, a lot of freedom to pick stuff up on the map. And Mega, he has the Mega time, I believe, so...
But Evil does have the stack advantage, and he's probably going to bait this Mega.
He knows where Evil will be based on the fact that he knows the Mega time, so he knows Evil will be there, so that's what he's looking for. And that's why the spam rockets there are very spot on to Evil. And he hears the sound cue as well, so Toxic looking for the ambush, the engagement of the damage. Oh, he goes for the rocket jump. He hears Evil's a little bit behind there and not going to be able to punish him, and he's going to get that red armor. So Toxic is getting dangerous now. He has a Mega time as well. Toxic could set up a defense on the Mega. That could be a play he could make right now. And here he goes, he's going to go for it as well. And oh, Evil, oh my god, with but also from Evil himself, the rockets, just so back and forth. First of all, Evil gets the grenade to rocket combo, and then Toxic with some brilliant directs. Like, who knew which way it was going to go, and Evil was surviving with 68 health, gets the victory of that situation. But I love Toxic's play at least.
Yeah.
It made a lot of sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially with the time left on the clock, Toxic really had to make a move, and he chose to. But I mean, great grenade from Evil. Really opened it up for him to get that kill.
Toxic catching Evil mid jump with the lightning gun. Clean frag, clean as that was, so clean. And now he can get this red armor or a Mega. It's kind of his choice. It depends on his read on where Evil's position. Evil was at the Mega, and I think that's something that Toxic was aware of, so taking away that red would need a 50 as well, which he's going to go for. Oh, he's going to double back before it spawns, and oh no, into Evil he goes, and the rail is clutch from Toxic as he just guns down Evil there. And
so clutch. He makes it look effortless.
I know, it's like such a pressured situation, but it's still got a long way to go, a long road to run.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
It's 2 minutes left. And here they're going to converge on the red armor position. Great opening of damage from Toxic. 3 perfect rockets. Again, so calm is Toxic. 4 frags now. Again, is it going to be the Toxic Avec situation? I would love to see it.
That
Here
would be
comes
sick.
Toxic jumping on the corners. Evil knows he is such a good lead to defend. And Toxic makes the circle jump without the jump across. Evil just plus backing, not doing the Jibo yet, but could be in the future. 1 minute, 10 seconds for 4 frags. This is going to have to be special from Toxic. Here we go, opening with the rockets.
That plasma from Evil again.
Oh, lovely flick, but still, he's got 30 health, and he took way too much damage there. It had to be perfect, and it wasn't. So exactly. Toxic, maybe he can get another frag, but still. 50 seconds. Yeah, with 3 frags in 50 seconds against a player like Evil, he also knows how to use the tallies and use the corners. So yeah, exactly.
Tox really, we need to see him aggressive, and that's also an awesome form of Tox that we actually, I don't think we've seen it yet in its full, candor.
I love the move that Evil did as well when Toxic was chasing with Plasma Yellow just there. It's like he knows that Toxic has to chase him,
Yeah.
but he's in a position where he has to run.
Yeah.
But what he does is he goes, oh, beautiful. He goes around the corner, and he jumps, he like edges his way back around the corner again to face Toxic because he knows Toxic has to chase.
Yeah.
And so Toxic is jumping in a straight line. All of a sudden that changes everything. If you have a lightning gun, you get so much damage there, and even if he gets the kill, the next frag is going to be really hard. So I love little moves like that from Evil. And that was a really fantastic game from both players. What a way to open up this series. The next map is definitely going to be probably more interesting. So Evil right now is showing some good form, and sometimes Evil can show a little bit of inconsistency despite in the winter season being super dominant. We will see a good Evil right now.
Yeah. Do you think Evil was a little bit underestimating Toxic perhaps? Or I think not. I think he showed Toxic a lot of respect, and he entered the situations
Yeah, he played really smart.
Yep, yep.
He definitely played his game, and that's kind of one of the strengths of Evil, is he's got one of those styles where it's like he can kind of apply it to all players and not have to think too much about the player. I mean, of course there are some fundamental considerations on reading the player and so on, but generally his game plan doesn't have to change too much because his aim is so good that he can just force his way onto opponents. And here you go, the second map. Evil is on match point here on Furious Heights for this semi-final, the 10th Sunday Cup of the spring season, brought to you by FACEIT. And here we have Toxic on cam with the start of the red and the rail, and the LG goes to Evil, so that's a good start for him. It's pretty much his favorite weapon, I should think. And he's going to go for the defense low on this red, up through the teleporter, sees the Toxic, and now he's going to keep the range close, or he's trying to fight long range with rockets versus rail, but there he goes for the interception, banking on Toxic, going for the rails long range. That's like one trick people try to do. Oh, again, okay. We saw Puri do that move. It's very good.
Yeah.
Off the spawn there.
But yeah, really great clutch rails from Toxic.
Yeah, I think Evil didn't give him nearly enough respect there. Because I mean, the move there is the typical one to make is that you're anticipating your opponent. He knows he can't drop for it, so he feels pressured to. Oh my God, the grenades, random. That seems quite random. And Toxic gonna get that red, so great stuff for him. But yeah, it's like, you know, they have to shoot rails, and that's the decision. So you just go up the teleporter to deal loads of LG damage. When they have the wrong weapon out, they miss, you get huge damage. And here is Toxic finding Evil again. This is what Evil does. He just charges at you with LG, and now look how low Toxic is. In his open room, machine gun becomes really good now. But okay, he picked up the 25. It was just enough to get the Mega as well, and Evil is gonna lose out on a couple frags there, and with no game. But that's the risks that Evil likes to take, and he's playing with a match point, so it's not so bad.
Yeah, exactly, because Toxic has everything to lose in this match. He has to beat Evil if he wants to take it to a third map, and he wants to make it all the way to the finals in this Sunday Cup.
2 minutes gone, and Evil, look at how aggressive he is with a lightning gun. Toxic just cannot get away from him. Toxic will spawn on his weapon though, and get the Mega and the yellow most likely, unless Evil can get there really fast, which I doubt he can. Oh, he might be able to get there quick enough to do a cheeky rail. Ooh, just sliding out of the angles there. Toxic slipping away. So unfortunate for Evil, not managing to get there in time. And Toxic has a dangerous stack now. He can really do some damage.
Yeah, but he's chilling in his favorite corner.
Yeah, the top spot. He is occupied by Toxic, but Evil does land a nice little rail. But Toxic's still got quite a scary stack. He's just without good engagements. Evil just catches him all the time. And Mega's coming up. Here is going to be the classic fight over this Mega health. And who's going to win this one? Toxic pulling out the lightning gun. Evil pressing on his position aggressively to force him away to safely take the Mega. Really smart play from Evil. Toxic's happy, he delayed enough. Didn't want to risk anything, so okay, I'll fall back onto red, no problem. That's exactly what he does.
Maybe that was his plan all along.
Yep, and Toxic is on the low sides of the map, and Evil is above. So Evil creeping, gonna drop. No Toxic. Whereas Toxic, he's over at Mega. Evil will pick up a nice juicy red armor there, make his way to Mega to see if he can find a way with Toxic. He does spot Toxic, but Toxic makes himself scarce. Toxic entering the room once again. Is he going to fire off any cheeky shots? Again, there he comes out. Oh, but Evil with a beautiful defense with that rail. That's just amazing. Stopped a lot of lightning gun damage coming out from Toxic, who'd really been waiting for that spot to catch Evil mid-jump, and that's exactly what he did. Clutch from both, beautiful from both players. But look at that from Toxic, bouncing Evil up as he steals the red armor. The Toxic in a lot of trouble. Evil's not too strong himself, but gets the telefrag. And that's going to be the game tied for Evil.
Yeah, I could definitely go any way at this point.
Evil with a mega pick up there. So he is looking for the defense on this red, but whereas Toxic, he knows Toxic cannot really fight for that red, and so he can leave the red up. He also doesn't want to take it because it's not going to be perfect. Oh, beautiful. And that's the thing, like, Toxic's expecting Evil to be around the red because he knows it's coming up. Exactly. And Evil didn't take the red because he couldn't even stack up fully with the red. He had like 150 armor, so he would be wasting some of it.
Exactly. It was a perfect point that he could bait Toxic, and well, they ran into each other before the red, so. Yeah,
it was a beautiful risk.
Yep.
And it paid off dividends there. Netting him another frag. Finds Toxic. Toxic he lands a nice little rocket there to bump Evil, but really at the moment it feels like Evil's just outsmarting him and just outplaying him. But the score is really close still. But this is the thing with Evil. He can sometimes make risky plays and look like a genius, and sometimes it doesn't pay off. I mean, that's how he went down a couple frags.
Yeah, it's only a it's only genius if it works.
Exactly, and we've hit the halfway point. And this is incredibly close. Toxic has to win this map if he wants to force it to another one. Should be campgrounds.
Great rail there from Evil to negate that red pickup from Toxic.
And the long range rail missed by Evil as Toxic builds up and builds up. Toxic ready to take a fight. He wants to hide his position as much as possible from Evil to get the ideal engagement. He's now on the Toxic spot, as I've called it. I've coined it.
Yeah, I like that.
And Evil moves around on the low areas, trying to catch Toxic again. He wants to bait him into these spots where he thinks that Toxic will go for that cheeky bit of long range damage, but I'm not sure if he knows that Toxic actually kind of wants to take a straight up fight now. Toxic has 150 armor, 100 health. Sure, Evil has a bit of an advantage, but if Toxic gets that opening damage to even it up, then it's not so bad for Toxic anymore. But there you go, that pickup of the Mega was so much damage received for Toxic, but now Evil with maybe the wrong weapon out will dive onto the red, and Toxic has to abandon ship because there is no chance he can safely make a play towards the red right now, and he'd rather just make it a sure thing instead and not give away any frags at this point, which I think is smart.
Exactly, yeah. He definitely knows not to let Evil get any more frags, but can he stop that though?
We will see. I mean, it's so hard to tell with these two guys, like super hard to tell. And Evil picks up another red and hits a rail mid-jump. That is crippling for Toxic now. He's setting himself up for a frag.
Yeah, Toxic is definitely in trouble at this moment. Evil has full control and a huge stack.
He was at the point where he doesn't have to wait anymore. He can just go for it. Oh man, hit 2 rails back to back. And Toxic is really under a lot of pressure now. His entire game, he's banking on everything is about this one frag. And he boosts Evil around towards the red. That actually helped Evil, that rocket. It pushed him really effectively into a good angle to try and kill Toxic. And Evil going to find Toxic, and Toxic cannot escape. It's a 2 frag difference now. And Toxic will pick up the Mega, but look, levitation. And that's another frag for Evil as he takes down Toxic, and Toxic off the spawn will go down again. And that's a 4 frag difference in the space of like 20 seconds or something, and another beautiful frag from Evil. And I think Toxic may even be throwing in the towel with a kill like that.
Yeah, that is exactly why Tox didn't want Evil to get that first frag in, because all the rest follow. But great LG damage from Tox. He's keeping it at a 4-point game. He still has a minute and a half to work with, but really nice shot from Evil. But clutch rails from Tox are able to win him that Mega. And actually, with 3 frags to go, it's not over. He hasn't thrown in the towel.
Yeah, that's for sure. You cannot count him out. And Toxic He really needs to be clutch right now. Evil wants that close range engagement. That's such a bad spot for Toxic, but he's taking the risks, and he knows he has to do it because he's a champion, and he knows it's make or break. And I love how he was playing for that one frag. He got unlucky because Evil hit 3 or 4 rails in a row, and that's just, you just can't count for that sometimes.
But he himself does the same to Evil.
This is the rail
Once
switch.
more. Evil's plasma is able to keep him out of that red room.
And this is his time. He's got a hit. Here he comes onto Evil. Evil plays defensively with that rocket launcher and the LG, as he's so good at doing. And he's got the railgun too. He drops, and the Toxic knows it, and he gets the frag. Can he get the spawn frags though? He's only got 80 health, and Toxic is going to go down to the spawn of Evil. So unlucky there is Toxic. And he's got to be aggressive. He's got the LG. He's going to go straight through the choke point onto Evil, but through a choke point against the plasma gun, it's hard. It's so hard. And Toxic's chances have just gone. They have disappeared.
Yeah, exactly. Toxic's chances of winning this tournament have just slipped through his fingers on this final map against Evil. But it was awesome to see him again.
It really was. It was a really beautiful series between these two, and I love how close he kept it, how much respect he showed, and how he was really banking on that one frag.
Yeah.
You can see that his game plan was all based around that. He was so trying to survive.
Yeah.
Didn't want to give away any frags at that point. Was playing super tight. But Evil's looking really good today, and he managed to topple Toxic. But Toxic, I think, is showing everyone that his form is actually pretty damn sick, and that he could have not easily, but could have won against Evil today. Yeah.
So Toxic's form surprisingly sick. And it's so great to see these old school players. We got to see Fox yesterday, and now we've got Tox and.
We're cooler.
Yeah.
Playing. We've got loads of people signing up. It's brilliant.
Absolutely. And although it's game over for Toxic today, it may not be next week if he decides not to. We should do a petition or something.
A petition?
Yeah, for Tox to just come back and play for our entertainment.
Chris commandeer all of his time to play Quake. That'd be pretty nice. But we're going to go to a quick break, guys. When we come back, we'll be here with the second semi-final. Demon versus Ash. The winner plays Evil, of course. Demon winning last week. And Ash with incredible form we witnessed against Puri earlier. So it's going to be an amazing match. We'll see it right after this.